Oh my god, guys, it has been raining for no joke the past 3 straight days. You have no idea how excited I am to be able to finally sit down and have enough light to film a video. Thanks, the Midwest. Alright, book haul! Yay! Okay. I have been purchasing books much more slowly and deliberately lately, and also trying to only buy things that I know I'm going to get to, like, maybe not necessarily immediately, but reasonably soon. So these are books that I have accumulated over the past, like, 3 months, and I have read or am currently reading most of them. So first up, I had a Barnes & Noble gift card, and I was like, oh, this is super fortuitous because The Magician's Land just came out. Yeah, the list of authors whose stuff that I buy, like, immediately when it is released is basically just this dude. This is the third and final book in Lev Grossman's Magician's trilogy, which is a series that I love. But yeah, I already read this and it was really good. It will probably be in some kind of cumulative review video rather than an individual review video because I don't actually have that much to say about it, but like, yeah, I loved it. It was a very satisfying conclusion to the series. And then the other thing I bought at Barnes & Noble was Fingersmith by Sarah Waters, which I am reading right now. A couple years ago, I read The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters, which I loved. It's super good. And then I did that weird thing that I always do where, like, I love a book by an author and then I pick up nothing else by that author for years afterward. So yes, rectifying that, picking up Fingersmith. Sarah Waters is fairly prolific, and I think that they had all of her books, but I ended up going with this one because this is the one that people usually pick as their favorite, I think. It's usually either this or Tipping the Velvet, so went with that. And I'm really liking it so far. I'm only a little over 50 pages in, but like, I only stopped because I got interrupted. I'm enjoying it because, like, I'm not quite sure where it's going yet. It's very intriguing. I am probably going to read more of it while this footage is getting uploaded to my computer, actually. Next is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling, which I randomly impulse bought at Target. I gotta stop doing that. That's such a bad habit. I think most people probably know what this is already, but if you don't, it is a memoir slash essays, much in the same vein as Tina Fey's book Bossy Pants by Mindy Kaling, who was a writer for The Office and now has her own sitcom. I am actually very behind on the Mindy project right now. I need to catch up on that. But yeah, I have already read this one and I liked it, and I will be reviewing it in a cumulative video coming up. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's enough of that one. And then last week, I went to my local used bookstore to trade in books for credit, and so I got more books, because that's how that works. So I picked up Carson McCullers, The Member of the Wedding. This is one of those that, like, I have almost bought so many times, and so I'm glad to finally have just bit the bullet and gotten it. I've been meaning to read Carson McCullers forever because she's one of those authors that whenever she comes up in conversation, people who have read her are always like super enthusiastic about her. And actually, when the lady who runs that bookshop was bringing up my purchases, she was like, yeah, that is amazing. They also had The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, but I ended up going with this one because it is described as being about the agony of adolescence, which, awesome. Because I like fiction about being a teenager, but mostly about how being a teenager is terrible. So yeah, pretty jazzed about that. I am probably gonna get to that fairly soon, I think. And that was going to be the only thing I ended up getting at that used bookstore. I was going to get Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, but the only copy they had was a new copy, and you can't apply your trade-in credits and new copies, so I was like, yeah, I'll hold off on that. And I gave them my number and they're gonna call me if they get any used copies, so that's nice. Independent bookstores, man, they will take care of you. But then I decided to have a quick poke through the free boxes that were outside, and it was a very quick poke because it was starting to rain, but fortunately for me, right on the top was Run by Ann Patchett. And I have no idea why this was in the free box, because it's in very good condition, and you would think that Ann Patchett would always sell, but like, I'm not questioning it. Free Ann Patchett. If you watched my last short reviews video, you will know that I loved Bel Canto, and so now I'm just at that point where I'm like, yes, I'm gonna read everything that Ann Patchett has ever written because she is great. Actually, now that I think about it, my copy of Bel Canto came from that same used bookstore, so that is just the Ann Patchett bookstore, I guess. And this is a really good edition, actually. It's one of those PS editions that Harper Perennial does, where they have, like, author interviews and features and stuff in the back. I feel like maybe this is one of the Ann Patchetts that people are less enthused about, but I think it'll still be pretty good. I'm looking forward to reading this. Alright, that is everything. If you have read any of these, let me know what you thought about them in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Bye.